Hello, my name is Sue Ann Bridson, and I'm a solutions consultant with Beyond 20. I was recently working with a client of mine who wanted to show some type of a pop-up when their customer was on the portal to ensure that they had filled out a form prior to actually opening the incident to fill it out. So I came up with a solution for them, and I'd like to share that with you today. First, what we're going to do is go ahead and create a new one-step. And I'm going to associate this with our incident and just go ahead and create a new one. And I will call this form complete In this new one step, what I will do is I will first do a show pop-up. And normally people think of a pop-up as a message box that you can either do a cancel or an OK on. What I'm going to do today is actually show a command or actually a radio button message box, and that will have custom buttons. To create the custom buttons, you select the button icon, and we'll go ahead and do an add. And the information that I want to add in here, I'm actually going to put in as an expression so that I can have a text expression there. And the result that I want for this is to be Y for yes. I'm going to add another value here, and again I'm going to do a text expression, and that value will be I still need to fill out forms. And so that result value will be no, N for no. And one last button here that I will select. I'm going to have cancel, and that resulting value will be cancel. So with all three of my buttons ready to go, I am going to select store user selection in a variable. And I'm just going to create a new variable, and we'll call it forms complete. Now that we have our pop-up, what we're going to do is add a step to decide between multiple cases. And those cases are going to be if the variable, which we are creating in our pop-up, equals yes, then we'll do case 1. If it equals no, then we'll do case 2, and we'll add one more case in here, and if that is equal to cancel, that will be our third step. So for each of these steps that we're going to do, so if the forms complete variable equals yes, what we're going to do is create a new business object, and that business object is going to be a new incident, and we'll just add a few fields on here. Because this will be from the portal, we will choose portal as our call source. I am linking this to a subcategory and a specifics form. So we will choose our category. We need to have a description in here. And and we'll choose a priority of 3. We'll come down and add our service, which is our desktop management service, and our subcategory will be the last thing that we add, and that will be request new computer. So again, we're deciding between multiple cases. In the first case, if the forms complete variable is yes, we will create a new business object. For the second one, what we want is to have them go to a URL that is on their SharePoint site and fill out the necessary forms that they need to attach to the request. And we'd like to have them fill those out prior to actually starting the request and then realizing that they don't have the right forms that they need to attach. So what we're going to do is actually first we will execute a command. Therefore, if they do select the URL link, then they will, the main screen that they're on will return them to the service catalog. So we will choose our action catalog, service catalog, and the other screen will actually launch a URL. And for our purposes, we are just going to go ahead and use Google as our URL. All right, so our second case is now done. When variable forms complete equals no, that page that the user is on will go back to the service catalog, plus it'll open a new tab in the browser and take them, in this case, to google.com. And for our third case, we're going to execute another command. And what we're going to do, if they choose to cancel this, we're just going to return them to the IT portal homepage, which in our case for this example is the portal default page. So now that we have all of this set up, what we're going to do is select OK, and I'm not going to run that right now. I'm going to close this, and the next step that we need to do is associate this to the subcategory that we want this pop-up to show and for them to be able to select from. So I'm going to my incident subcategory, and this is my request new computer. And down here under action command name, we're going to select that one step that we just created. And that is in our incident association and forms complete by customer for new user. And we will save that. Sometimes in order for that to show up correctly on the portal, you may need to do an IIS reset. So I will do that right now and pause this video while we're waiting for that. Now that we have reset IIS, I have reloaded my browser and logged into my portal. And within our portal, we are going to go to our service catalog and just drill down to that specific that we were working with, request new computer. You can see that we have the radio buttons available for each of the 3 cases that we had. So if I select I have completed the forms and have them ready to attach to request and select OK, it takes me to the request new computer. And I will go back into my service catalog, into my computer, request new computer, and I still need to fill out forms for this, which is case number 2. We are actually taking them to a URL, again to Google for this example, and the main tab that we were on actually takes them back to the service catalog so that once they fill out the forms, they're sitting at the service catalog to be able to go back in and fill out their form. And the last option that they have is to actually cancel this, and they select OK, and it takes them back to the main IT service portal. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. If you'd like to see more useful videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Beyond 20 LLC, or feel free to visit our website for more information at www.beyond20.com.